Hello? Hello? Are we on? We're on. We're definitely on. And you're watching The Pit with me, James from Biffy Clyro. We're here at Rockin' the Range 2017, having an amazing time. So keep tuning into The Pit for all the best news and all the best music.
What's up, guys and gals? Down here with the Pit Media. Joining me right now, and I'm freaking stoked about this, is James from Biffy Clyro. How you doing, man?
Hello, I'm very well, thank you. Hello to everyone watching at home or watching wherever you are in the jungle.
As I said, I'm stoked. I'm actually a big fan. Trying not to fangirl right now. Tends to happen sometimes. So you're here at Rockin' the Range. This is your guys' first appearance at Rockin' the Range, correct?
Yes, it is. Yep, yeah.
How's your interaction been so far? You been having a good time?
Having a great time. We managed to beat the weather, which wasn't tough. It's been a little stormy here in Columbus the last few days, so we managed to do that. I think we managed to win over the audience, and yeah, we're having a good time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Been having a great time all weekend long, even with the weather delays. Just crack open a cold one and just chill and have a good time.
I think when it comes to these events, we're a band from Scotland and in the UK, and it rains a lot, as I'm sure you can imagine. At these events, people have come to let their hair down, have a good time. The weather's not something that's going to hold them back. No. People are stronger than that. And sometimes,
especially rocking,
especially rock fans, absolutely. And I think when there is something put in your way, there's a little bit of adversity, people kind of come together, and you can see that today. Everyone's having a great time, on the third day of the festival, and probably saving themselves some Metallica a little bit. But we're going to be great tonight.
Absolutely. So speaking of that, are you like how big of an influence is Metallica to you guys, or are they at all? You're playing the same day as the almighty Metallica. Is that?
I mean,
that's been an influence to you guys?
I think any time you share a stage with Metallica is a special day. I know Simon watched them when he was very young. He went to see them in Glasgow, and they're a band that have been part of our lives. We've never really cited them as an inspiration. Right. But having said that, I think every band inspires you in some way, and especially a band with Metallica and the amazing songs and the output they've had over the years. I mean, they definitely are inspiring to us. Maybe not directly in a musical sense, but even in a larger sense, that the way that they've managed to keep going is really impressive.
So you guys are you still currently on tour? Because I just caught you, I think, last month back in my hometown area of Detroit.
Oh yeah,
absolutely phenomenal show.
It's St Andrews Hall.
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm glad you came. That was good fun.
Are you guys still touring under that same tour? Because that's your headlining tour. Are you still doing that, or? We've actually come to an end this evening. This is the last show. What a way to end it.
What a way to end it. You're absolutely right, Don. We've got another small radio thing to do tomorrow, but no, that's the kind of a very important, a very, very important radio thing to do tomorrow. But that's the end of the full band live set. It's been fantastic. Your country is treated as well, showing us a good time, and
appreciate that.
Being a band that grew up on American music, it's kind of poetic in a way to be bringing the music back home and to be making some new friends, and all we know is it won't be too long before we're back.
So with that being said, you don't have any other American tour dates planned? Are you guys going back overseas and doing anything? What's the plans after?
We're going back overseas and doing everything, I think it seems, Don. We've got a really busy summer ahead around Europe. The festival culture in Europe's really strong. Not identical to this, but a similar sort of vibe. And it's sort of every weekend we just travel around a different country, different town every day. So it's a great time for the band. But we have plans to come back to the States after summer. I can't tell you too much right now. Because I don't even know myself. But we'll certainly be back. We've had a fantastic time.
So your newest record came out, I think it was about a year ago. Do you guys have any plans going on right now as far as new music? Are you ready and recording anything new right now?
The next plan is to release an accompaniment to Ellipsis. We usually on the last 3 records with I suppose with the declining popularity of singles, we've got nowhere to put our B-sides anymore.
Yeah.
So we tend to take what would have traditionally have been B-sides and songs that didn't make the album, and we put them together on a kind of an accompanying album.
Yeah.
So that'll be called ... or punked and
Right.
in German, as is our want, and hopefully that'll come out later in the year. So another 14 or 16 new songs that people haven't heard. So a lot of music for people to get their teeth into. And then sometime later beyond that, Simon will be releasing a kind of solo project under the moniker ZZC, so you guys can look out for that. But as for the next Biffy record, we don't want to leave it so long as we did between the last two records, so it won't be too long before we're back in the studio and we've started to mull over some ideas. So we're really excited to keep this train moving.
As I said, I'm a big fan. I love
Thank
it.
you.
You guys'
Thank you.
stage presence is phenomenal.
Thank you, Don.
Great. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check them out. I think the first time I saw you guys was a couple years ago. You played a fest, I think Chill on the Hill or something back in Michigan.
Yeah.
That was when I first saw you guys. Never listened to anything.
Okay.
And then saw you guys, and my jaw was just to the floor.
You know, that's the great thing about these festivals is you get a chance to see a band and you maybe haven't heard one note of music.
Yep.
And it's a great opportunity for the band to pick up a new favourite band, or for us to pick up some new fans. So it's all about that interaction between the band and the audience.
Right on. So, do you personally, or any of the other guys, you can answer for them if you want, what are your major influences coming, being from where you're from? What are your major musical influences? What made you start, getting into the music side of things?
Well, it's funny that we... Okay, sorry.
He wants me to talk about your tattoo. I'll get to that.
No, we'll get to that. We grew up loving American music, as I suggested earlier. I guess in our early teens in the UK, it was the kind of Britpop movement, which I really respect those bands now, but at the time they didn't really do anything for me. We were searching for something a little otherworldly, a little different.
Yeah.
Something that was our own, and for us that was bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Rage Against the Machine.
I get a lot of crap. I don't really like Nirvana.
Hey, that's okay, man.
I respect the music. I understand how big of an influence they are.
Drops the mic.
Yeah, but I manage a band back at home, and they love Nirvana. They're absolutely obsessed with it, and they always give me crap for it. They'll pop on Smells Like Teen Spirit at our shows, and I'm just like, of course.
Not everyone loves the Beatles. Not everyone loves the Rolling Stones. You know, there's some bands out there that have become cultural icons and cultural touchstones. It doesn't mean you have to love the music, but for us it was so exciting. It was, well, firstly, Guns N' Roses were like 5 sex aliens coming out of Los Angeles in leather and big hair, and so different to anything that was at home, and that was really attractive. And then when Nirvana came along, coming from Seattle, a rainy, miserable town, and there were 3 guys that dressed normally.
It's so terrible to say, but it's so true.
I love Seattle. It's close to my heart. I have friends there, and we always have a great time.
Yeah.
But it's like the west coast of Scotland. It rains 200 days of the year.
Yeah.
So people stay in their bedroom and play their guitar. And I guess when at 13, 14-year-old kids, that was us back home in Scotland, and it was the music of this country that excited us.
So I gotta bring it up now because my boss yelled at me. Let's get a good look at this tattoo here.
This is a tattoo by an artist called Milo Manara.
Okay.
He's a comic book artist, and we saw his work when we were in the south of France. And we used some of his artwork for some of the singles on our all of the record for the second album, Vertigo of Bliss. Right. He did the front cover and all the singles, and that was just a little bit of a nod to him. And the puzzle pieces represent our puzzle record number 7.
Yeah.
So we got some dates here that are just different shows we've played, or a birthday, or
that's
just
cool.
I guess tattoos for us are a way to commemorate memories, occasions, music that you love.
Yeah.
I've got some 5s here. the boys we all drew on each other for the 5th record, and we got little ellipsis dots there for the latest record. We're trying to think of something to sum up our experience in America this year. I don't know if it'll quite be an American flag or a map, but something personal to us that just represents this few weeks in America, because it's really touched us, and we've had such a great time.
I think beer and pizza would be a good thing to represent America.
Sure.
We're huge into beer and pizza. All right, so
I can feel it.
Before I let you get on, continue with your busy schedule, I like to ask artists kind of an important question to me, since as I mentioned, I manage a band here back at home. Do you have any wise words of wisdom or advice you can give these young kids that are trying to be the next Biffy Clyro or Metallica?
First of all, try to be the next something else. That we've already got a Metallica, we've already got a Biffy Clyro. Try and be the next you guys. Try and be yourselves. I mean, you hear that in life so often. Just be yourself. I don't know what that means. I don't even know what that means. Find guys that you enjoy spending time with and making music with, because you're going to spend more time with them than you are with your wife if you're lucky enough to get married, or your husband.
I get yelled at all the time for it.
That's it. I think that's the key. Find people you love, because it can get hard out there on the road. Take the music seriously. Don't take anything else too seriously. It's all there to support the music, and the music's got to come first. So it's a tough one. You've got to find your own path. I think that's why I find it difficult to give advice, because as 15, 16-year-olds, we kind of worked it out for ourselves. But that given, find people you love. I think that's the most important one.
Right on. All right, man. Well, thank you again for joining me.
Thank you.
If you guys have not checked out this band, Biffy Clyro, they are phenomenal. Their stage presence is amazing. I love them. This guy's great. Thank you again for joining us. Have a good night.